Welcome back to Builders of the Broken Bazaar. I'm your host, Dr. Tabish Zaman. Today, adversity isn't the backdrop, it's the actual reality. This is entrepreneurship in the middle of a war. Since 2022, the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, it has displaced more than 6.5 million people across Europe. Inside the country, over 50% of all businesses have been disrupted, shuttered, or destroyed. Entire local economies, agriculture, logistics, manufacturing, you name it, you've had to rebuild while bombs are still falling. And across Europe, more than 70% of the displaced Ukrainians, they're working or trying to start their own business, despite navigating that trauma, the legal uncertainty, and unfamiliar market. In the UK alone, closer to our home, thousands have applied for startups since the war began. And in the middle of all that urgency, that chaos, that human re engineering of life emerges someone like my guest today. Because while government, as we all know, they debate policies, institutions, as always, they move very slowly. There are individuals building livelihood in the real time, one entrepreneur at a time. My guest today is one of those people, Hanna Morozova. She has spent 17 years in business development and launched 7 ventures: construction, agriculture, import, export, farm to table innovations. She's supported over 70 displaced Ukrainians during her relocation through Netherlands. And again, she's also helped Ukraine's national Gali cooperative, strengthening agriculture network where food security becomes geopolitics. And today, at the Entrepreneurial Refugee Network, she supports 600 plus refugee entrepreneurs rebuilding their lives through businesses. That's not all. She mentors 120 Ukrainian veterans and SMEs, helping people navigate not only trauma, but the reconstruction of identity and livelihood. So, this is not just a story of entrepreneurship, it's a story of resilience forged where collapse is lived, not imagined. Hannah, welcome to Builders of the Broken Bazaar.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to share my own stories and to share a lot of Ukrainian stories, how they rebuild their life, how they try to start their businesses, and how they tried not just only to rebuild, but to live in different country and to believe themselves, to believe in their ideas, to believe in themselves, using their experience, use their educational backgrounds, and be a normal person in different countries. Because the wars, what we already had, we lose everything. And in different ages, with different circumstances, with the small children or with their adult, we moved and we try to save our families and to save ourselves, and probably to show people that life is not stop if you move from one country to another. We still believe, and everyone believe, in victory of Ukraine and waiting for this like very special for our day. But we, day by day, we rebuild our life. We thinking about future. We dream about future, and we show how it is to be the people who start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I started from the beginning for several times, but it was my own decision. After 2022, there wasn't my decision, and it's need to happen with different circumstances in different countries, and everything is different. Yeah. That's why I'm here, and I'm really happy to speak with you and to share my stories and stories of entrepreneurs.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hannah. I'm very, very grateful that you've chosen and we are speaking now and having this discussion. So before we talk about the Entrepreneurial Refugee Network or entrepreneurship in general, I want to start with you. Like you mentioned, you had a very strong business career long before 22. You named the sector: construction, agriculture, import, export. Even you did some ministerial work as well. So when you look back now, I just want to ask, what shaped you the most in those early years? Were you already someone who came from a difficult environment, or did that strength or that resilience come later while you were doing all of that?
Probably I'm choosing myself, and I'm. You said a lot of my background experience, but I'm 44. It means that I'm already have a lot of experience in years of work, and I'm start working. I'm changes only 3 different jobs, but 10 years ago, I just realized that. I want to start something new, and there were some partners who also who was in the same stage like me, and said, "Okay, can we grow garlic?" Garlic coming from really interesting stories. I was really loved to study. I have 4 high educated backgrounds, like from finance, economics, MBA, and I studied a lot. And there was one of their leadership program, and I met one of the girl. She also grow garlic, and I just after probably 6 or 7 months, when we thinking about what we want to do for ourselves, we decided, it's really interesting business. Let's see what's happened if we can do it. And we just, because we have high educated, we was a high educated person, we made some business plan, we made some calculation, we added force majeure and said, yeah, it's a lot of money, let's try it. And how it's happened, it was absolutely amazing time for all of us. It was truly hard. Because when you work on somewhere and you build a company, but you know that you have your own finance to build the company, you build your team, you have an access, you can ask to give your money for whatever you want, to increase the sales, to increase the products or lines. But when you're entrepreneurs, it's your own, and you started from the scratch, and you don't know, okay, what to do. And it's what's happened. What's happened with almost with all entrepreneurs. You do not know all the stage what you need to know, because it's new business, new environment, new circumstances, new products, new market, and whatever. And but in another way, because you have your own background from different businesses, you know how to manage, or you know the person who know how to manage. And it's what's happened. There was a huge networking of the people around these topics. And when we started with growing garlic, we'll never imagine that it will be a garlic grower cooperative. It will be first export to USA market. It's a lot of export to US market, and to cooperate a lot of not just only garlic grower lovers, but also garlic producers around the Ukraine. Until today, I'm stopped with this topic right now, but till today, people ask me for advice, and we create web research, we create a lot of information around this topic, and we share this information to the market. And if you want to know something how to grow garlic, especially in Ukraine, let me know, and I will share this information with you for free. It was a really great experience.
That's a brilliant story there. But it tells me something about the culture within which you were operating as well. I know you made it sound look very easy, but tell me something about Ukraine and its business culture, and the uncertainty within which you have been operating, or the citizens have been operating. How has it made you feel when doing all these things?
Just I want to let you know that Ukrainians are truly talented people, and a lot of us would love to start our own business. That's why SME business in Ukraine are really huge, and there are a lot of interesting businesses are started in Ukraine, not just only in agriculture, but also in fashion, in food and beverages, and producing a lot of things. crafting services, financial services. Why it's happened? Because I think that we're not scared. We just want to start. We don't have enough resources, like, for example, in America, like we do not have enough acceleration program or financial grant opportunities, but we know how to find the partnership and how to find the partners. Usually we start our businesses not alone, but we start businesses finding the partners or friend or like previous, for example, colleagues and said, okay, let's do it. You can do this. I can do this, and we can create something new. And this bravery, it's something unique what we have from our side. And as you already told, how many Ukrainians would like to start or relocate or their businesses in the UK, it shows that we are not afraid to start a business, not just only in Ukraine. We do not afraid to start businesses in different countries as well. Because we have background, experience, and knowledge, and we truly believe that we can improve something or we can create some products which help people or communities or like UK wide or worldwide. It's usually all of us try to believe that we can change the world. And my garlic cooperative, when we start businesses, before I was in China and looked through through how many garlics they produce, I truly believe that we could be number one in the world to be a garlic producer. And then I decided, okay, number two after China. Then I came to the Spain and say, okay, number three, it's also fine. But it could be because we want to do something scaled. We want to do something helpful. And we truly believe that day by day, we change ourselves, change our business, we change the community around. And there is an opportunity where this tax regulation and register regulation to make these SME businesses easier, because our tax regulation is different, and we can pay just, for example, 5% of taxes and made those SME businesses in different spheres. It's also very useful that it is an opportunity that you do not have an extra accounting or you don't need to have an extra tax advisor. You can manage it by yourself with the frame of with the frame of sum of income and manage this business.
Yeah. I mean, you touched upon so many strands there, Hannah, for me. Looking at how you brought together the community spirit within the Ukrainians, how they come together to build businesses, that collaborative approach. Again, you also spoke about the skills as well. But for you personally, I know it's, we'll be talking a lot more about the businesses in general, but in 22, everything changed for you. You relocated through the Netherlands, and you ended up coordinating, support for so many Ukrainians while adjusting to the displacement yourself. I don't know, you're a great storyteller. So tell me about what was that period like for you emotionally, professionally, and again, looking at it from a human perspective. Was there a moment where you asked yourself those questions as to how I'm surviving and what sort of role I have here in helping others survive as well?
It was the hardest time ever because of different circumstances. First of all, my family was in occupation in Ukraine, and we lived Ukraine. We lived Ukraine with my son, and we started with Czech Republic. Then we go to Germany. Then we go to the Netherlands, and I started every day with without any purpose, and just only I decided that it will be my day today till the end of the day. And that's all. Waiting for the call from Ukraine, from my relatives, from my parents, from my sister. I waiting for something just happen right now and we can return. First, I don't know, first couple weeks or just not couple weeks was a terrible time ever But after that, after probably 2 months, when I find my first job, not 2 months, it's a month. It's we started in Netherlands. We don't have documents, and after a month we made the documents. I started with the first job. My first job was producer line in the factory. Salad producer, like cutting salads on the producer line, and I decided that it's the worst work because my brain stops thinking. I'm just only thinking how to cut the salad. And I say, okay, it could be worse that I'm tired in Ukraine or just whatever happened. And I'm trying to find something what can help me. And I find a different solution. It was really interesting because I speak a little bit English. I try to help with the Red Cross Netherlands with another Ukrainians who came from different region to translate, and after that to help them to find and to explain how everything is started in Netherlands. In parallel, my university from last from my last study, from my MBA study, proposed me to help veterans with the business planning. And I say, why me? And they say, not only you, we ask all alumni if you want to try. And I said, I never did it before. Like I did it just only for myself. But I can try because I don't have enough money to support with the money. But I would definitely would like to support Ukrainians in different way, and how it's how my veteran story happened. Day by day, till probably September 2022, I just live in from morning till evening without any strategy, without any purpose, without any expectation, without anything. Just, like it was a period when you're just sleep and think, okay, I just wake up and something change or somebody help or somebody happen or whatever happened. But I need to survive right today, just only this day. It was really hard because it was a lot of what's happened with my family in Ukraine with my car. My car was broken. My family flat was broken. A lot of things happened, and just only when I realized that each my relatives survived and we alive, and say, okay, we need to move on and do something.
I'm sorry, to take you back to those days. I'm pretty sure that was an incredibly difficult time for you and your family. But kudos to you to come into a new country and trying to build a life, not just for yourself, but for others as well. But reflecting back on so many positives of what is happening and look at your own country, because Ukraine today is not just fighting a war, that conflict which is happening out there. It's also about trying to build an economy under an extraordinary pressure. So, having built all that wealth of experience, difficult circumstances, that complexity, if given a chance to look back and advise people out there who are, like you said, are incredibly entrepreneurial in their mindset, what would you tell them? What does it look like for them to set up their own business, and what are some of the barriers which they face or which you see they would face in terms of the legal, the financial, or the emotional, which people from outside don't see?
First of all, each of us who replace and who move, who just probably leave their homes forever, and we need some time.
Mm-hmm.
And the first advice to give yourself time to think, to find the right environment, to find the right support group with probably same experience or who knows what's happened next. It's interesting. It's So interesting question, what you're asking me right now. We started a new program for Ukrainians just a week ago, and the new cohort started, and I share some information with the participants about the result. And I said, did you realize that just only 2 years ago, when the first cohort started and the first Ukrainian came to the program, they came with the questions, what's next? Can we do it? Is it possible to open something in the new country? We do not know English. We probably need to improve English, firstly. We probably need to find some job. We probably need 1, 2, 3, 4. And after that, we will thinking about business. But look forward and say that 2 years, incredible result in different spheres, just because people believe that they don't have time to wait. They just have a right environment, right groups with the people with the same ideas to start their businesses and say, okay, we probably can do it right now. We can try right now. I just can do it. Okay, we just try it now, because if we do not try it right now, we miss this time. The worst things for each refugee are it just realize that you just miss again something. You already miss a lot. And you want to try it to do it right now. Right environment, mentorships, really important, really important. Someone who said, you do very well, please do 1, 2, 3, please read this 1, 2, 3, please step by step create, for example, MVP projects or whatever. And after that, step by step, you can do it. Such incredible result. And what I already shared with my participant and said, and do you believe that all this happened for 2 years, not for 20, just for 2? And it is happened. Environment, knowledge, like spirit, and I think
what you are discounting here, and you're very humble about, Anna, and which is what I find really interesting about you as an individual, your ability to have moved between different worlds, of course, the Ukraine, the Netherlands, and now the UK. So I think you're just the right person for me to ask you this question, because when you teach your group of cohort, a group of Ukrainians or individuals trying to set up their own business, you teach them about adaptation. You teach them about, no matter where you go, you are literally thinking about business. So let me ask you this. According to you, do you think entrepreneurship or the nature of entrepreneurship or setting up a business has an impact or is impacted by displacement itself? And again, if I give you a bit of a context, you have lived in different environment. And again, you have been very entrepreneurial in nature in your thinking as well. So what is your take on the notion of entrepreneurship and the context within which that happens?
Started from the first part of the question. I didn't teach people how to be entrepreneurial. I try to explain people the structure of business planning, because planning is always useful for everything, for everyone, and for everybody. And try to explain people that if you do not know the answer, you can ask, or you can find people who can answer you, or you can find similars businesses or similars in different areas and also ask. The worst things what can happen with you, nobody answer. Okay, you'll not answer, it's your decision, not mine. I can ask you, you can answer me or not. But for displaced persons, for each of us, probably for the person who already had their businesses, the biggest problem was I want to start my own business here in the UK as well, but I couldn't find the right topic, because I do not want to return the same topics which I already had in Ukraine. I don't have a capacity. I don't have a financial resources. I don't have enough for knowledge about same businesses here. And I try to find a different way. And truly, before I start working at Turn, I truly tried to find the right solution and truly find different opportunities in the UK, how to start my own business, because I had this entrepreneurial mindset. But this, what happened in Netherlands and what happened with veterans, I saw the results. I saw that what I did with the people, it's helped. And I decided, could it be probably one of my businesses? Could it be a consultancy? Could I build something a consultancy? Probably it is my business for today. And I decided, okay, if I couldn't find the opportunity, for example, to open the cafe, I don't have enough money, I don't have partners, I live with a host, I live in a small area, for example, and it's not necessary to have a tense cafe at all. It's already enough for this particular area. And I decided, how can I use my entrepreneurial mindset in different way? And for everyone who are looking for an opportunities, it's also same. We started with, for example, cleaning jobs, but we decided to set up our cleaning agencies. Of course, we know how it's work. After 3-4 months, we work in the kitchens just to make sure that we know what you would like to eat. And after that, we open our own restaurants or cafes. We find a solution. We find the right person. We know the information. We're looking through and just reading a lot and asking a lot. That's why Ukrainian groups like Cooperative, for example, or Turn entrepreneurial groups. In our groups, we have 500 people who already started or want to set up their businesses. Just only because they came to our programs. In Opora Chad, we got 25,000 Ukrainians, and we do not afraid to ask because we want to find a solution. And of course, it depends on our background. It depends on our financial access. Of course, we look through how to create IT companies, financial service companies, etc. It depends. It depends what we have right now, what is our background, and who can help us.
So you mentioned about, let's talk a bit about Turn and your presence at Turn as well, because this is an organization I'm very close to and some of the fabulous work which it is doing in the country. So it supports more than 600 refugees, entrepreneurs within that. Now, for those, this is especially for those who don't understand the entrepreneurial journey of people who are displaced or refugees, as you'd like to call it. What is the misconception? What is that common misconception people have about refugee entrepreneurship, which doesn't seem to go away, especially in an environment which is so toxic these days around people who are displaced or people who are coming from different parts of the world and trying to build a life of their own? And again, you are one of the very few people who understand both strategy and fragility around rebuilding, or I would say starting a new thing altogether. So what would you say to that?
First of all, what I would like to say is that none of the refugees want to share this information. We are open business because we are refugee. No, we're normal people. We're absolutely normal people. And we want to be similar businesses like other. And what is different between normal businesses and refugee businesses, it's that we do not know a lot of information because we replaced or we started from the beginning, I don't know, a couple years ago, for example, for Ukrainian as well. And what we definitely need and what I try to to start to teach you in my program that like information or knowledge, start a business or building the business model is similar what you already built in Ukraine, this business plan, financial planning, partnership, etc. But regulation, license, and difficulties between culture, it is really important. And what we create and what we share with the participants, first of all, we share their stories from different refugees who already start their business, that it is possible, first of all, to believe in yourself. Second part, we share with the participant how to create a business planning here in the UK. What is the difference between landscape of networking, landscape of regulation, landscape with negotiation, or share some information, or of course taxes, of course how to register as a company, what type of company you need, how it is influencing your, for example, I don't know, taxes, income, etc. But also we share the information how to use the community and to build partnership across the community. Because what's interesting happen between refugees entrepreneurs that would definitely try to help each other, because we know how it is hard to open their businesses in different countries. And that's why one of my purpose why we made this group for Ukrainian entrepreneurs, and to share information about each other, to make sure that if we have some question and we are do not know someone to answer, or we are not ready to ask in English, we can ask this question in our own language, using our community, and someone, 99%, already finds the answer, already know how to do it, already has an experience, and shares this experience to other participants. What is truly necessary, and what is truly helpful in refugee entrepreneurs. And refugee entrepreneurs, it's also something like a big family. We're not just only sharing information, we're really happy if someone started their business, in someone do it, someone heading awards, open their cafes, and we go and support and say, you're great, you can do it, and we can do it. And it's really amazing. It's what is the difference between ordinary business and entrepreneurs community, refugee entrepreneurs community, that we know each other and we support each other, definitely.
I think the notion of competition is replaced by collaboration, which is wonderful to see, and which is very refreshing to
100%.
see, especially in the business world, which is one of the highlights, I would say, in working within this space. Now, let me quickly take you away from that, sort of get your thoughts on what you have worked really well around veterans as well, veterans and SMEs through Ukrainian programs, because it's all about empowerment. So give us some taste around that. What does entrepreneurship, or what does building a business mean for someone who's just returned from the war? Is it about business alone? Is it about having a venture, or is it about rebuilding that identity, if that makes sense, finding yourself again?
Yeah. Working with veterans showed me something I really didn't expect. For them, for veterans, entrepreneurs isn't just making money. It's about having control again. In war, you have no control. Things happen to you. You can't control it. But when you build a business, even a small one, you make decisions. Each day, each hour, for everything, and you see results from your actions, and you create something building on your decision. And so many different businesses. I saw how veterans try to build from agriculture, manufacturing, services, open the cafe, like podcasting, etc. And what I see, of course, they didn't just build a business. They build a proof that they can still create. They can make something grow, not just survive. It's so incredible that it's so because their drama does not go away, but entrepreneurship gave it someone and somewhere to go.
Yeah.
With different purpose why they need. And one of the great example, I'm also helped with grant application for veterans. I remember one veteran, he can't speak, and he asked him to help him to buy a truck, to be a truck driver. And what he said that it is just only one way. How can I earn money for my family? And when you realize this, that you can help with change it, not just only business, but change it life for the veterans. And there, you can't. It's an incredible experience to work with them. I'm proud to work with them because what they did. Sometimes they spoke about war and what's happened with them, but they spoke with the past and said, but now we're here and we want to move on and we want to create businesses. We want to be here and want to be helpful and want to show that it is possible, that it is useful. We are still alive. It's still necessary. And we can create, earn money, pay taxes, help our families, help our communities. It's incredible, people. Just believe me, it's 100% incredible people, bravely, and people who show if you don't have an idea, you just find it in your own mind, because they can find it.
Yeah. Which is why your work is fascinating as well, Hannah, because I, as a scholar of entrepreneurship, it fascinates me at every level, the transformation it does, no matter where you apply to. But again, you need enablers, you need people who could enable others through that. And which is why, like I said, your work is really spanning across different domains and working with refugees from that lived experience point of view, and of course, the veterans as well, like you said, is so satisfying. So now let me take you to talk in more general in terms of your experience of building businesses, like sort of helping people come up with ideas, getting the support, getting the help. You see, within Europe, you've been in Netherlands, now in the UK. Refugees is a discussion point. Millions, we are seeing how they are starting over. Despite the positivity, despite what they bring to the society, don't you think the support system which is around them for individuals like who want to do things, who want to build, pay taxes, be a part of the system, the support system is very confusing, don't you think? And what does that entrepreneurial ecosystem, according to you, should look like, which should support or which would go a long way in supporting individuals who want to set up their businesses, irrespective of their nationality, because they're all coming from different parts of the world?
First of all, in my own opinion, we are like a refugee. There was one of my probably important posts on LinkedIn when I share my Laura's thought about immigration policy. For each refugee, not just only entrepreneur refugee, but for each of us, the worst things is like this barriers or everything what we unfortunately can expect from the countries. Uncertainty, what happened next. But for entrepreneurial refugee, what we need to know, we definitely need to know, we don't need like to be safe too. We need to barriers removed. We need give us access to the same resources as everyone else
Yeah.
and watch what we build. That's all. But for example, if we want to apply to their UK startups loan, there is circumstances. You need to return this till the 6 months before you leave the country, and you can leave the country, for example, for Ukrainians, in just a year and a half, one more year and a half, and you just have just only 1 year to build a business, to earn money, to return more, and to move forward, probably return home. If you have a home, if you have some place to return. Nobody knows what's happened next. And spoken about everything what's going on around this topic, for myself, I would like to share that for me, each of us, refugee entrepreneurs, refugee, we definitely can share who we are, with economic contribution, like every job created, every tax paid. It's like an argument that we are definitely an economic access to the UK, not just like someone who needs money. Success stories, it's our stories of transformation and takes paid like real power to their like real public opinion and said, we built a business, we pay the taxes, we want to be in your society. Again, after that, innovation, because we are from different countries and we have lived our we bring our new ideas and approaches to the British economy. It's also really nice because it's not bad. We just share what we know how to do better. And of course, I truly believe that some days we probably will be not just statistics or visa categories, but we will be partners, neighbors, people who, businessmen who provide different new opportunities and new ideas to the UK society. But what we definitely need and what I did, we try to share more stories about us. Stories, it's always difficult, but people don't like to read about difficulty. That's why I'll try to write something positive. But if someone know how many difficulties, unfortunately, in the backside of this positive stories, and how many times and how many issues and how many problems around the start of the business, and how many business unfortunately closed and stopped and said, no, I can't do it. I don't have enough access. I don't have enough partners. I don't have enough finance. I don't have enough time, etc. But probably what I already said, give us same resources and you will see what's happened next.
Clearly, Hannah, you are all about resilience, you know, and through your stories that comes out. And I've been following some of the things which you put out there, and of course, having discussed with you as well. And through turn, some of those stories do come out. But I know you're all about human resilience. I know we talk in the dimensions of entrepreneurship and setting businesses, but resilience is so central to what you speak and how you speak behind those ventures. So let me now take you to the quick fire round before we close our discussion. I'll be asking you three simple questions. Again, a short answer or a short word would be wonderful for our audience. This is my first question. What would be that one Ukrainian value which you think is very useful for the world to learn about?
Bravery.
To be brave. So bravery is something which comes out of
Yes.
Ukraine very,
Yes,
very
of
strongly,
course.
isn't it? Yes. That's great. Any entrepreneur you'd like to mention which or their story has stayed very close to you?
You know, I don't have one of them. I have hundreds of them because different parts of their stories, it was my story.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There, I can't share just only one, but I know what they feel.
Mm-hmm.
I know how they feel. And I know why they come into the program. I know that they want to change something. And I really share this information in my workshop. I remind people that you are bravely because you're coming, and you're bravely because you want to change yourself, to change something around you, and to make this business. You're already bravely, and you're like, I'm proud to be one of them. So I don't have just only one story because it's different direction, different entrepreneurs, but I loved all of them, from art to IT technology, from finance to logistics, from produce the products to make the service, to open the cafe, and just to create, I don't know, theater show. It's all around us, and it's so amazing that when you said people that you're great, and people believe it, made it, and return and said, I can do it. I did it. I sold out with all the tickets. Do you know, Hanna, do you remember that it was a year ago? I want to close the studio. Now I sold out with the 3 new performance shows for next month. And it just happened.
That must make you very happy, and I'm sure I'll hold on to this, and maybe we will talk a bit more about some of those stories. But my last question in this quick fire round would be, what is that one hope you hold for Ukraine's future,
Just only
where it
victory.
is right now?
I truly believe that it will be time when we rebuild, and when we will be on the same stage with European country, with UK country, and we will be not war partners. We will be in economic partners, and I definitely want, for example, from my side, I definitely want to return and to rebuild my country, and that's why I try to help people to build their businesses in the UK, to have an opportunity to show the UK partners that after Ukrainian victory, you will have a lot of Ukrainians here in the UK who know how to build businesses in the UK and in Ukraine. And we can just build this bridge, and we can make much more and open much more businesses between our countries, and it will be really amazing. That's the only one hope and the only one wish, of course, it's to be Ukrainian in future, and to have my country, and to have an opportunity to return to my country.
Hannah, that's very powerful. And again, I would say we would need many more of you with that hope, so that, and I think you reflected pretty rightly on how we need to cooperate on every level to make sure that conversation goes in the right direction and that rebuilding takes place as soon as the war ends. I must thank you for this conversation, Hannah. I had so many other ideas which I was tempted to take you through, but clearly, from what you told us, your work alone, it reminds us that entrepreneurship for you is not just about ideas. You've spoken about dignity, the people you work with, from veterans to SMEs to the refugees. And again, you're talking about rebuilding identity when everything else has been taken away, and finally about refusing to let war and displacement or any kind of geopolitics erase a person's potential. And to everyone's listening, if this at all moved you, please share it and ask yourself, what would the world look like if we built systems that didn't just support people, but actually believed in them? And up until next time, keep questioning, keep building, and keep finding hope here in this broken bazaar. Thank you so much.